Welcome in, Wiffle Ball fans, to the 2019-2020 off-season video. This is the first week of free agency. However, just before it started, we had some huge breaking news. This news was anticipated by some FLT insiders, but it is still breaking news, and Patrick Lipka has announced his retirement after the 2020 season. This was believed to be happening by many FLT insiders, as well as many Diesel's insiders, but it is still breaking news, as this will be his 5th season and his 5th season with the Diesels, and many players and many fans are calling for him to be inducted into the Hall of Fame right after he retires, bypassing the waiting rule. Some other news that also broke just before free agency was that the Guards announced that they will not be returning for the 2020 FLT. They have played 2 seasons in the FLT, going 0-7 and getting dead last, 8th place in last year's FLT. That leaves the FLT with 7 teams all around my head, and we expect some more moves with either teams leaving or joining the FLT coming in the following weeks. And another thing coming off of that news is many teams were interested in signing Ben Hansen, as his team will not be playing this year. The commissioner did grant him free agency before the free agency period started, so many teams were offering him, and he did sign day 1 of free agency. As you can see here in his post, Hansen signed with the Lakehawks, giving them 4 players. And some more news on Hansen is that he was believed to be a key piece for many teams, and many teams have already reached out to the Lakehawks about trading for Hansen. One of those teams being the American Mambas. There was a trade on the table that was accepted by both teams that would have sent Hansen and Caden Stork to the Mambas in exchange for Alex Haas, but that trade was leaked a day before it was to go through, and Alex Haas ran and declared free agency, not wanting to be traded to the Lakehawks. So Alex Haas is a free agent, and many teams are out there offering him contracts. Some more news coming out of the Diesels is Matthew Hodgen will be unretiring to join Patrick Lipka for one last dance on the Diesels. The two of them won the 2016 FLT, and Matthew Hodgen retired a couple of years after that. He's coming back for one last dance with Patrick Lipka, as the Diesels are looking to pick up a second championship. As you can see, Matthew Hodgen and Patrick Lipka's post on the screen here, as they will be having one last dance in 2020. We'll finish it off here by just reviewing the team rosters. First up, the American Mambas. Kyler Stork, the captain, and Brett Lenz are now just left a 2-man team, although we have heard rumors that the Mambas are looking for a 3rd player to finish off their team and hopefully get them over the 2nd place hump. The Apes are still with Tanner Peterson and Mark Ogden. Rumors are circulating that Mark has been renewed for the 2020 season, but the Apes are a pretty quiet franchise, so we haven't heard news out of that. DeClaw are still with Isaiah T. Meyer and Nick Everett, although Nolan Anderson has been demoted to AAA, as he is unsure about his future plans in the FLT, and the club decided to send him down until he has a better understanding. Next up, the Diesels, one of the 2 4-man teams now. Patrick Lipka, Matthew Hodgen, Garrett Murray, and Adam Willey. Hodgen and Lipka are under contract. Murray and Willey can still declare free agency. However, Willey is expected to re-sign, and Garrett is still looking over his options. And that brings us to our final team, the Lakehawks. Captain Matt Ogden is still on the team. And we've got Daniel Ogden, Caden Stork, who are both up for renewal, but are not under contract and can declare free agency. Ben Hansen is the one player locked to the Lakehawks, and he will be on the Lakehawks in 2020 unless there is a trade. That's it for week 1 of the free agency. We'll have some more news in week 2 as the pot is stirring and the stove is getting hot, and we'll see you in the next one.